A lady may find you beautiful if you possess some evident features, such as being 6'2" and having a body like Chris Hemsworth, dressing like Brad Pitt, owning a good automobile, or making a ton of money. These are the universally acknowledged attributes that will increase your attractiveness to a girl by a factor of 10. However, there are other, more understated psychological and subtle aspects of your personality that are sure to draw and hold a woman's interest. The good news is that, unlike flashy fashion sense and jaw-dropping wealth, these are things that any man can achieve if he knows how to use them. Curious? We'll talk about 8 psychological attraction techniques in this video that will help you attract ladies. Let me start by spilling the tea and asking that you swear that you will only use these best practices for good and that you will not hurt anyone's heart. The first trick. To appear more appealing to a woman, the first subtle psychological trick is to be aware of and take advantage of the phenomenon known as trait transference. When someone is thought to have the same qualities they attribute to others, this is known as trait transference in psychology. In clinical trials conducted in 1998, this idea was proven, and the researchers observed that the effects of this transference can last for a long period. This research suggests that when you commend someone, people will associate you with the adjective you use to describe them, which makes for a very hot thought. Therefore, the moment you call someone you're speaking to intelligent, sophisticated, kind, and breathtakingly beautiful, spontaneous trait transference takes place in her mind, and she starts to see you as possessing the same attributes. This phenomenon also occurs when you speak negatively about someone else, so be careful not to characterize people poorly and to always speak in a good and elevated way to ensure that they perceive you favorably. The second trick. Avoiding questions is the second psychological attractiveness tactic you use when chatting up a woman. No woman wants to go out with a sissy, even though it may make you appear sweet and sincere to say, "Hello, excuse me, would you mind going out with me for coffee or, lunch or dinner, whichever one is convenient for you." Gentlemen, please don't ask. Women are drawn to self-assurance. Tell. Bring it about. Men have experienced a number of things, one of which being a crippling dread that prevents them from approaching a lady and initiating conversation because of their extreme insecurity. Therefore, confidence is crucial if you want to suddenly become much more appealing. Give up telling and asking. The third trick. As for the following tip that will boost your attractiveness, make sure you smell fantastic. Studies have indicated that when it comes to attraction, aroma holds greater significance than facial features. Men and women choose partners by using their senses. Women rely more on their sense of smell, while males rely more on sight. A lady will be 10 times more interested in you before you even speak if you can overcome the smell of sweat and the desire to forego personal care in favor of having a great scent. Their body odor gives women tiny clues about their desirability as a partner. It exists in nature. The way you smell has an impact on how people perceive your appearance. People find you less visually appealing if you smell awful, and more likely to find you visually appealing if you smell nice. The fourth trick. Let them talk about themselves. This next psychological attraction trick is one that many of us can agree is intriguing and makes a lot of sense. In a Harvard psychology study, researchers discovered that talking about oneself turns on the part of the brain linked to motivation and excitement, the same part of the brain that lights up when you take drugs, eat delicious food, or even have sex. It is, to put it simply, satisfying. Therefore, just let it happen the next time someone tells you about themselves and goes off into a rabbit hole. Asking them questions can encourage them to continue talking about themselves, so don't stop them or interrupt them. In the end, the subject that everyone enjoys discussing the most is themselves. If you let someone else to talk about themselves, most of the time they will find you interesting. Additionally, it's crucial to make sure you listen throughout this kind of conversation. The fifth maneuver. Sharing a secret with someone is another similar attraction tactic. Self-disclosure has the power to strengthen your bonds with other people faster and deeper. Someone feels special when they figure out that you just told them something that you don't tell anyone else. You might say, I don't normally talk about this, and I haven't actually told anyone about this, and I don't know why I feel so comfortable, but I feel like I can tell you this. Lead-ins like that are a terrific way to start a conversation and establish a connection. A relationship requires intimacy, and discussing private matters early on might hasten the desired level of closeness. Since disclosure encourages intimacy, it has a significant impact on the growth of both romantic and personal relationships. Highly intimate information is revealed more frequently in romantic interactions, suggesting that disclosure is a significant predictor of the kinds of connections we build. The sixth trick. Mirroring is the next attraction trick in the series. This is the act of physically imitating or copying the other person's body language. This may sound strange and eerie, but a ton of studies and statistics support the idea that when you replicate or mirror someone else's body language, it increases their likability and perception of your attractiveness. Mirroring is a demonstrable, tangible result of seduction. For example, you ought to copy a woman who is sitting comfortably and has her hands resting on her stomach. Should she appear slightly tight upon meeting you, with her arms and legs crossed, you ought to adopt a comparable stance. She will unintentionally start to like and trust you the moment you do this. A weakness in the female psyche allows this ploy to operate so well. It can filter out words that suggest familiarity, but it cannot filter out deeds. A lady you just met seems to oppose you the moment you tell her, I know exactly how you feel, since she believes it is impossible for you to know how she feels at such a young age. In the meantime, if you suggest that she is comfortable with your behavior by behaviors that mimic hers, she won't be able to resist it, and as a result, she will start to feel familiar with you without even realizing it. The seventh trick. Doing more interesting activities is the next psychological attraction tactic, and it really does work like a charm. It all comes down to being perceived as more fascinating and thrilling. Faking it, or simply posting images of yourself having fun and exciting things to do would be an easy way to attract the woman's attention. That might work, but for a very simple reason. You would benefit much more from really trying to accomplish exciting things. By engaging in these fascinating activities, you will get more experience that will enhance your interest and provide you with additional topics of conversation. Being around those who they find more exciting and intriguing tends to make individuals feel better about themselves because, well, it makes them feel more thrilled and interesting. The eighth trick. The final psychological attraction technique isn't so much a trick as it is a unique quality that makes you incredibly alluring. Act like a man. Put another way, be a man who doesn't hold other people responsible for his circumstances. Even while it should be normal to discover men who are men, sadly, in today's world, this is becoming less and less prevalent. People would much sooner sulk and moan than put in the effort and take the necessary steps to succeed. It just so happens that one of a man's most desirable qualities is success. Furthermore, you don't have to be as wealthy as Musk or possess a Lambo. Congratulations, you've just made more gorgeous ladies lust for your attention if all you are is someone who is driven, motivated, and successful in anything you choose to accomplish. Last words of wisdom. Try one of these psychological ploys if you want to improve your chances of being appealing to women, or if you want to attract a specific one's attention. Subscribe now to watch more amazing videos like this. Thanks for watching.